If you're trying to change the circumstances of your life and attract as much money as you want, I want you to understand that there's phases to it. It's not something that you can just experience right away. It's not like you can go into a 5 minute meditation and next thing you know, you walk out of it blessed, uplifted, and all of a sudden you'll attract all the opportunities. That's not how it works. You need to go through multiple phases. And in today's chit chat, I want to tell you what those phases are and how to implement them in your life. So by the end of this, you have a clear path to follow to change your life and to attract all the money that you desire. Now, first, I want you to understand that it all starts mentally. It's all a mental game. So the first phase of changing your life is understanding that life is nothing but mental. If you're waking up every day feeling down, stressed, you're looking for a reason to fight with the world, trust me, the world will give you reasons to fight with it. It will make you get into conflicts with friends, family, it will make your work a living hell, debts will stack up, and nothing will go your way. And that wouldn't be because the world is bad or the universe is not treating you right. It's because that your mental state is absolutely horrendous. If you know the law of attraction and the law of vibration, then you must know that what goes on inside reflects on the outside. So when you wake up every morning, instead of trying to fight with the world or think about your problems right away, begin to think for reasons why you should be thankful. One good thing could be thanking God that He returned your soul to your body and you got to experience another day. Because if you're waking up every morning, that means God has more for you than you could ever think. You waking up every morning isn't just because you have problems to solve. No, it's because you've got a lot to achieve. So when you look at life from that perspective, you begin to be thankful for waking up every morning. And the more you begin to be thankful for everything, and the more you begin to feel these uplifted emotions inside of you, you will see things reflect in the outside world. Circumstances will align, problems will be solved with ease, will be solved in ways that you could not even think of or you could not even plan for. Things will just start to click because you began to prioritize your mental health instead of just trying to force things to work out your way in the outside world. And I say this because I would literally wake up days where I would feel downlifted and I would try to get into a conflict with everybody. There would be times when I would fight with my father first thing in the morning because he would ask me for way too much money. And I promise you, every time I got into a conflict or I began to prioritize the problems in my life instead of just prioritizing the good in my life, my business wouldn't do as well. I would get into fights with friends and family and things would not go my way. And that's because I always prioritized the bad instead of the good. But when I decided to kind of just let all of that aside and wake up every morning, meditate on being still and feeling good and picturing and expecting only the good, that's when the good started to appear more and more in my life. So I want you to understand, if you want to change your life, the first thing you have to do is change your mental world. That's by meditating, being still, cultivating peace and calmness, and letting these feelings of gratitude and appreciation be filled and expressed throughout your body first thing in the morning. So then those feelings can be reflected in the outer world. That's the first thing that you would have to do. I want you to expect the best, feel the best, so then the world can give you the best. Now, the second thing is understanding the law of vibration. You've heard of it before. Whatever you feel, you can attract. Whatever you desire, you have to vibrate on it until it can materialize into existence. That's completely true. Now, the issue is most people think it's instant. Most people think that, manifestation is instant. All I have to do is feel something once and wait for the universe to bring it to me. That's not how it works, because if you feel something for 5-10 minutes, like the feeling of abundance and success or picturing yourself being successful and feeling that emotion, but then for the rest of your day, if you're someone who's just walking down thinking about your problems, could you guess what you will attract? Best believe it's not gonna be the success and the abundance that you're feeling within those 5-minute meditations. No, it will be what you feel throughout your day. So always make sure that when you begin to meditate on something, try your best to walk as if it's true, to feel as if it's true, and to appreciate as if it's true. Do that for as long as you can. Don't try to meditate for 5-10 minutes on the feeling of abundance or the feeling of wealth, because trust me, that will do you no good. But instead, try to meditate on it for longer. Instead of 5 minutes, do it 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, then 20 minutes, then 40 minutes. Keep up leveling. Honestly, if I were to recommend anything, it would be 1 hour every single day. And when you walk out that meditation, you begin to avoid and let go of the world outside of you and just keep focusing on the feeling that you built inside of you. You do that long enough, and I promise you, if you're feeling abundant, you will attract abundance. If you're feeling success, you'll find more success either in your business or in your work, whatever it is that you do for a living, or whatever it is you're trying to start, you will find success in it. If you're trying to cultivate peace, make sure that the feeling of peace is always inside of you, and do not let any outside noise feed off your energy. If you begin to understand the law of vibration and truly implement it in your life instead of just trying to follow those 10-second advice that you find on TikTok, I promise you, your life will change for the better. So if you combine mental, the first phase, with the law of vibration, you can begin to see much bigger changes in your life. Now, the third phase is the phase of action. There's something that I hate about the law of attraction space, which is most people tell you that you don't have to do anything if you're trying to change your life. All you have to do is just, change your mental state and the world will follow. Sure. That's true to an extent. If you're trying to cultivate the state of abundance, for example, but you don't work on building a business or you don't work on even applying for a job, do you think the world will reward you with what you want? It's not how it works. You can't just sit in meditation, cultivate a feeling and do nothing about it. If you're trying to cultivate the state of confidence, for example, but you're someone who's out of shape, do you really think the world will give you people who find you attractive if you're not someone who's working on themselves and going to the gym every day? That's not how it works. If you're trying to lose weight and you're meditating and you're trying to feel as if you have the perfect body, but you don't end up going to the gym, do you think the universe will just magically reshape your body so it fits your expectations? It's not gonna work. That's not how it works. I wish it could be that easy, but unfortunately it's not, because the way our souls work is that it made a contract with God. We told God, listen God, we understand that you can give us everything that we need, but please make sure that I am worthy of it. And how do you become worthy of something? By working for it. Every time a person won the lottery, they always ended up broke. Why? Because they didn't earn it. So always make sure that when you cultivate a certain feeling, you begin to act on it. If you're trying to win in business, build a business instead of waiting for the universe to bring you the business. If you're trying to lose weight, don't meditate on the perfect body, but instead start working on the perfect body. If you're trying to meditate on peace and feel peace, begin to train your mind to let go of the outer world. And I talked about how you can do that in my last video. You can go check it out after you watch this video, of course. But my point is, if you're trying to win the game of life, not only do you have to change your mental state so it begins to reflect what you want, not only you have to vibrate on the vibration of the thing that you want, but you also have to act on the thing that you want, so then you can actually earn it and life can give it to you. Now, the last phase is the phase which I like to call the law of passion. Most people have this idea around you shouldn't follow your passion and you should only work hard and hustle. I say no, because when I tried to do that, I struggled for years. I remember there was a time when I decided to start a business only for the sake of manifesting money, but I never really had any passion for that business. I just wanted to make money through it. And I promise you, as soon as I got my first win from that business, I decided to deliver on the promise that I gave to the client who signed up with me. And then after that, I shut down that business because I did not want it. I took the money from that business and I spent it all. I wasted all that money. And looking back at it, the reason why I didn't really feel any goodness from that business is because I never really had any passion for that business. But there was a way that I was able to find a way for me to manifest money, but also do something that I actually love, which was by following the principle of helping people who I can resonate with. Everybody goes through problems. You may be someone who goes through a lot of stress. You may be someone who goes through a lot of anxiety. You may have a lot of panic attacks. You may have some professional problems. Everybody goes through certain struggles. But the thing is, I bet you that each one of us can relate to many people. This planet has over 8 billion people, and you're telling me you can't find someone that you can actually resonate with? It would be ridiculous to think that you cannot resonate with anybody. Most people like to think that, nobody understands what I'm going through. Trust me, there are people out there who understand exactly what you're going through. You're just not looking for them. And how do you look for them? By putting yourself out there. The people who put themselves out there are the people who end up winning the most. If you're trying to win the game of life, share your story. Tell people how you get to cope with your struggles every single day. Tell people what you do on a day-to-day basis to manage your problems and to overcome your problems. So then those people that you can actually resonate with come to you, learn from you, and be like, you know what? I learned a thing or two from that person. Maybe he could benefit me if I work with that person one-on-one. That's exactly what I did with my first ever legitimate business. I'm not talking about the business that I started at first, which I shut down after I found my first win. No, I'm talking about my first ever legitimate business. The way I was able to start that business was by telling myself, what problem have I solved in my life? And who can I resonate with the most, which I can help solve that problem? And when I began to answer those questions, I figured out exactly what I'm gonna do. I used to go through anxiety all the time. I went through a lot of panic attacks on a day-to-day basis, and it was a completely horrible time in my life. And the process that I followed was following certain practices on a day-to-day basis, like meditation and some breath works, and I would follow the strict protocol on a day-to-day basis. So I decided to go out there and help people solve that exact same issue. And 30 days later, after starting that business, I made $11,500. And since then, I've been running that business. That's the business that has helped me put my brother in school. That's the business that has helped me solve a lot of my father's legal troubles. That's the business that has helped me put a smile on my mother's face. That's how I manifest and I attract my money. That's how I change my life, which is by changing people in exchange for money. If you're trying to change yourself, do it, but then also make sure that you change other people. Make sure you benefit other people. Don't be selfish and make it all about you. If you're trying to win the game of life, you have to help other people, because trust me, when abundance is poured into your life, it's not because life thinks that you're just worthy of it. No, life does it because you have poured abundance in other people's lives. So as a result, life gave you exactly what you're looking for. You gave people abundance in peace, abundance in happiness, abundance in comfort, abundance in wealth, whatever it is that you give people abundance in, whatever the form of abundance that you give to people, it will always come back to you because you get what you give. If you give help, you receive help. The help that you're looking for, not just like help where it's like, here's $5, here's $10, here's some support. No, life gives you the help that you're looking for in the way that you're looking for it. So don't be selfish. Don't make things just about you. No, get out there, change yourself, change your mental state, vibrate on what you want, act on what you want, and then go out there and build something out of passion that can bring a lot of abundance into your life. When you build such business where you help people solve the exact same problems that you have solved, it no longer becomes work, it becomes passion. And since you're doing something out of passion, out of love, and out of the desire to help people, you will get the abundance that you're looking for. Life will comfort you. Life will get rid of the obstacles that you're going through because you are changing people's lives. Let God use you as a vessel to spread his light. Become a vessel of abundance, abundance of success, abundance of peace, abundance of wealth, abundance of happiness. Become that vessel and go out there and share your vessel with other people. That's how you get to win the game of life and attract money, success, and abundance. I promise you, everything that I mentioned today, if you took notes and if you act on it, you will finally be able to use the law of attraction to manifest what you want.